trapped for 8 years in a basement. And no one noticed, a true story. 10-year-old Natascha Kampusch was walking to her school bus like any other morning, but that day, she would never return home again. In 1998, in Vienna, Austria, on a quiet street, a man abducted her. His name was Wolfgang Psychlopil, and he had been planning this for weeks. He forced the little girl into a white van, covered her mouth, and drove away at high speed. From the outside, his house looked ordinary, but deep inside, it hid a dark secret. A tiny basement cell, only 5 square meters with no windows, locked from the outside, and completely soundproof. Natascha would spend the next 8 years trapped in this nightmare. The first years, Wolfgang told her, "You belong to me now," cutting off all connection to the outside world. Days passed in darkness and silence. For years she never saw sunlight. He starved her, beat her, and terrified her, but over time he started keeping her closer. She was no longer just a prisoner, she was his captive companion. The escape plan. Years passed. Natascha was now 18 years old. Wolfgang trusted her more, allowing her to do small tasks around the house. And then the perfect moment came. In 2006, Wolfgang let her outside to clean the garden. While she was working, his phone rang. For a moment, he got distracted. That was it. Natascha ran as fast as she could. She crossed the yard, reached the street, and knocked on a neighbor's door. "Please help me, I've been kidnapped," she screamed. Within minutes, the police arrived. She was finally free. As for Wolfgang Psychlopil, he realized he would be caught and threw himself onto train tracks, ending his own life. For 8 years she had been missing. No one knew where she was. But she survived, against all odds. Where is she now? Today, Natascha Kampusch is alive and fighting for victims of abduction. Her story remains one of the most terrifying real-life kidnapping cases in history. Like this story? For more real-life horror stories, eerie mysteries, and terrifying true events, make sure to follow and subscribe to Eerie Whisperz. Don't miss out on the next chilling story.